Well, hello there, Strain Fanatics. I'm Daniel Rodriguez, and welcome to my The Strain Season 4 premiere breakdown analysis. We're going to be talking about everything that happened in the Season 4 premiere, which is Episode 1, titled The Worm Turns. If you have not seen my spoiler review, make sure to check it out, man. If you have the time, feel free. I'll put it at the link at the end of the video and at the bottom in the description. Where you could check out the grade I gave it and the pros and cons and final score. And I'll go over it a little bit here and give you kind of a little rough down from that video. But I want to talk more, I did a recap. I said it was going to be 20 seconds, but it was more like a minute and a half of a recap. But, not a lot happens in the episode. And make sure you have seen the Season 4 premiere of The Strain before watching this. But hopefully most of you have already come from the review to here, and then if you haven't, make sure to go check out that review. I really do appreciate it. I'll be doing them every week, a breakdown and a review, and predictions for the next episode as well. So this is really more for the Strain fanatics who want to talk about the Strain and all that, and kind of let their feelings out and your theories and such of what will happen next. So really what happens... really summarize it. If we don't go into detail, really what happens, we see Ephraim in the city, quarantines, checkouts, the world has changed. Ephraim does a doctor job. He's trying to get supplies. He's caught by a Strigoi group. He's in a truck. The resistance blows up the truck. He ends up, one of the resistance people are wounded. He's doctoring him and looking over him for supplies. That's Ephraim's story this episode. Okay, Ephraim's out of the way. Max, the master, is manipulating him and shaping him into be this evil toy for the master to use whenever he wants, and to also, I guess, go against his father and kill him or such stuff like that. So Max is basically a puppet. Fuck Max. And then going on to Fett. Fett has a new love, Charlotte. Hey, baby. Charlotte's beautiful. The actress is from The Last Ship. She's really cool. But where's Dutch, man? Where's that Dutch at? Ooh. I don't know where I'm going at there, but I'd say Fett. Come on, man. Maybe get with Charlotte and Dutch at the same time, and so Jackie can be like, Mr. Fett, mind if I join in? So anyway. Oh there, Professor. That's a big sword you got there. Anyway, gosh, I can already see the Brazzers parody now. So anyway, Fett and Charlotte, they're on the countryside. They're like in North Dakota or something. And Quinlan's with them. Bottom line, and we're going to go in depth. We're going to go in breakdown, but I'm just kind of summarizing it real quick. They get caught by an all-women group, and then they end up finding this guy named Roman who works at the missiles thing. What a coincidence. The realist part of that. And he's going to help them get to the missile stuff. So that's the story. That's it. Oh, also he has a dream of Satraki and of a nightmare of him. Other than that, that's the episode. Really, that's it. Also, no Gus. And I don't really care because I don't really care for Gus. I like Gus. I like the actor who plays Gus. But I still don't understand why he's even part of the story, because I didn't even think about Gus one time during the episode. You know that? I wasn't like, where's Gus? Where's Gus at? Oh, Gus Bus. Where's he at, man? Who fucking cares anymore about Gus? Honestly, he had an uprising in Season 3, and he killed a bunch of those cops and stuff, which was cool. But I don't even know anymore. Who cares? Wherever Gus is, I guess we'll see, and maybe it's good, maybe it's not. I don't know. I think we should get more to the real people like Fett and Ephraim and Satrakian, but okay, Gus. I felt like Gus should have been given more time in the seasons, but then again, I felt like he was never a character that was really never needed because he was never really part of the group. He was just on his own little side thing. And, well, whatever, man. So anyway, I want to get in depth now and talk about it for kind of scene by scene and where we're going here and get your ideas and your theories. First off, we start off the episode, man, with with seeing Ephraim actually, walking through New York and seeing the checkpoints and the quarantine zones and everything like that. And the partnership, we finally get to see the partnership where Strigoi finally have jobs, and I didn't see that coming. I honestly didn't, and that's something that I really am like, the Strigoi opening a door, and I'm pretty sure Strigois are now dishwashers and waiters, and who knows what else they are, man, because the Strigois, I think in season 3, they were kind of doing their own thing already, like where they were breaking down walls and stuff, or they were in construction things, and like they kind of had more of a smart mind where they were evolving in a sense. So that's very interesting to see them kind of working now with the humans, but against the humans at the same time. Secretly, they're going against them because they're still the enemy. I said it's like a Planet of the Apes situation where the Strigoi are the apes, and the humans obviously are they've fallen, they've lost the war. And they're no longer in control, sort of thing. So that's something really that the show's gone into, and it's still bloody. It's still the bloody same old strain we have, of course, with Quinlan decapitating and everything, being a total badass. So with the partnership thing, I like that idea, and I was really freaked out with it with the campaign ad. I thought it was a little cheesy, the campaign ad, but then again, what campaign ads are not cheesy? So I don't know. I guess I want to see more of like the president in this universe, and what's the president thinking about this, or is the president dead? Is he a Strigoi? Is a Strigoi oh my god! Imagine if the Strigoi is a president. I mean, I just want to see really more of how this world is affected besides just the New York area and stuff. That would be cool about that. But what I said in my review was I really felt like it was like Falling Skies. I really felt a Falling Skies vibe in this episode, especially with Fett and his storyline and the way that out in the open field and resistance and surviving. That's what I really felt it was like a Falling Skies episode, like a crossover with the Strain without no aliens, but with Strigoi. And that was a really cool thing, especially since now we're kind of fighting humans against humans with Quinlan. You have to kill anyone that gets in your way because there's going to be some bullies and some psychopaths along your way when you're trying to go get some missiles. Now, next up, Fett and Charlotte, they obviously go to the Hicks or Rednecks. They're making problem, and he's like, hey, you Russian, and he's like, well, we'll trade you for your girl, or blah, blah, blah. The total dicks, the usual cliche bad guys we see in an apocalyptic world. America, and, we're going to hang you up, boy, sort of thing. Crazies is what I call them. Quinlan coming up and decapitating him, all that, it was a very satisfying moment. I thought he should have probably stabbed the other guy as well that was talking to Fett. But then a bunch of the other people came, and we really didn't get no information on them whatsoever. I'm assuming we're going to get information on them. There really is no character, I guess, that they've introduced besides Charlotte with Fett that is important to the story as of now. But they never really talked about, like, there was a whole group of trucks, and, like, where did Fett meet them? Are they working for Satrakian? Are they a group of people that know about Satrakian and they're helping Fett get to the missile? Are they just, who are these people? Is Fett the leader? Who is in charge of this whole group of people? They really didn't get into that detail, and I really think they probably should have at least given us a little bit more background, and that's why I said it should have been a 2-hour premiere. Or usually with FX, an episode is literally like an hour and 30, like from 9 o'clock to 10:30 usually. Hell, every time American Horror Story Hotel came on, it was like 9 o'clock to 10:15 or 9 o'clock to 10:30. And this, it's only like 9 o'clock to 10. It's just 1 hour. Usually they last, like, I would give it another 20 minutes and you could add a little bit more exposition or add a little bit more to what Fett and what they've been doing and who is this group. Why are they working for them? Are they working? Do they know Fett's intentions? I'm assuming they do. You know what I'm saying? Where did they get them? Are they just, what are you paying them with? Or are they not getting paid? So Ephraim ends up seeing a truck getting refueled with blood, which was very interesting to see. I thought that was a very interesting take. I'm assuming it's human blood, of course. I love the kind of the little chemistry there of Ephraim and this guy. I think this guy's name was Neil, where he was talking to him and they were kind of playing like baseball on the papers and everything, and kind of saying how nothing changes after the apocalypse. But at the same time, something that really hit me was when Ephraim ended up saying how we lost, how the Strigoi ended up winning, and that was something that hit me very hard, because you kind of realize that is true. Basically, the Strigoi won because of your damn son, you know what, shoot your son. If you would have just killed, I know it's very hard, and I want to tell you what I predict right now. I really do predict that Max will become a Strigoi at some point, and Ephraim is going to have to kill him, and it's going to be a very emotional moment, but at the same time, Ephraim will probably die by the Master's hand or something. So Max is going to get Ephraim killed probably, and it's going to piss me off, and it's going to piss a lot of people off. So please don't do that. Just kill Max now, because Max is such a dick, and he's a little kid, and the Master is a pedophile. So stop it, Master. I mean, seriously, Icorst is your guy. Icorst is the badass. Have Icorst do your stuff. I mean, you're an idiot, Master. Honestly, if you were right here in front of me, I'd be like, first off, you ugly as hell. Second off, I don't know, I'd probably be dead by then. Stuff like that. So, yeah, it's refueling with blood. They don't really give explanation there. All I could think is that humans that the Strigoi capture end up taking them to this facility, and they crush them or something, and they take the blood, and the Strigoi drink the blood. So, very nice, right? Yeah, we're just giving the Strigoi who work like, alright guys, take 5 off, here's a cup of blood. Something like that. I guess that's their supply of drink, because they don't drink water. Blood looks pretty tasty. So Max gets his white. I forgot. I guess honestly, if someone could fill me in here, I forgot why Max ends up getting his white. Wouldn't that make Max kind of like immortal in a sense? Wouldn't he be immortal, or wouldn't he have super strength? Or now that he's getting that white, it's kind of like slowly maybe becoming a Strigoi. Not a Strigoi, but he becomes more healthier. And he's basically, those worms are I think it's just gross, those worms are inside him, and I feel like he's going to do something dark and sinister to that girl, by the way, in his hotel room. I feel like he's going to do something very controversial and be like, make her his pet or something, so he'll have 2 pets, or maybe the Master will be like, do you like her, Max? And he's like, I don't know, she's cute. Yeah. And then, like, next day, she's, like, a Strigoi or something, just like the other girl or something. I feel like it's going to be, I don't know. I feel it deep down in my plums. So Max gets his white, which is basically, obviously, pedophile Master Sperm. So, yeah, nice way to put it, man. Master and all that shit. So, this is a really fucked up show, man. So that's going on there. I still don't know why he's getting his white. I don't know. So he shoots the tiger. They go to the zoo, and he ends up shooting the tiger. Sadly, I like Icorst, man. Icorst is really cool, and sadly, the little parts that he came out in, which is good, is the best parts with Icorst. That's the only thing that makes that Max seems very tolerable is Icorst in him. So he gives him the gun, he goes to the zoo, he shoots the tiger. Honestly, I thought the CGI could have been better on the tiger, or they didn't have to do a tiger, they could have done any other animal. And I'm not one of those like, oh, they shot a tiger, it's a CGI tiger, who cares? I'm not going to be like, they shot a tiger, oh no, PETA. I don't care. It's a fake tiger, it's not a real tiger with CGI. I'm just saying, like, why? It could have been anything else. I really feel like the tiger would have pounced at Max. You telling me Max had, and he just took out a tiger. I don't know. I don't feel that. I just feel like that tiger would have really fucked up Max. But then again, Master ended up kind of messing with his head, and he posed as his mom, and he ended up hugging Max, and Max thinks he's hugging his mom, which I think is very interesting, which shows you the power of the master of manipulation. So I thought Max was just going psychotic. I literally thought he was just a psychotic kid, and I thought the master was going to look at him, and I thought we were going to see him hugging nothing, like thin air, but he's hugging the master. I thought it would have been more interesting if they go down the psychotic route where he's just psycho and he just thinks he sees his mom. And again, there goes the mom, and it makes me think that the master was basically the mom the entire time, but obviously the mom was a Strigoi last season where she's like, the master has a plan for you, and it's like, I've heard that like 40 times already, I get it. I get it, the master has a plan for you, and you're just being manipulated, and your dad, he's trying to help you out here, but you just keep turning on your dad, so there's really no point. It's like, you know what, you're not my son, boom, headshot, something like that, get it over with. I mean, I would. Yes, so Ephraim ends up helping this girl. She has like herpes or something, but tell it to someone who cares. She needs vitamin C. I don't know vitamins and shit. I've heard of vitamin C obviously many times, but it's calcium or some shit. I don't know. It's something for your body. Who cares? I don't even know if I have vitamin C in my body. Anyway, vitamin C. She needs vitamin C. He's talking to her. It's really just, the important thing is he went in there, he was actually doing a job that he used to do with being a doctor of sorts, and he got the wine bottle, so he's still drinking, he's still an alcoholic, obviously hard times, and he ended up telling the guy, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, and I'm just trying to survive just like you. So he's like, that's it? You came in here, and that's an expensive bottle. Which is true. He kind of came and he looked at her and he knew what it was, and that was it. And that just tells you he's either a really good doctor or he's a very shitty doctor and he doesn't know what he's doing. So I guess we'll never know whether that girl got better from the vitamin C. But apparently she doesn't want to eat the partnership vitamin bars, which I wouldn't eat something of a corporation either. If they're like, eat our vitamin bars, they'll make you stronger, but they actually make you more psychotic and more dumb, so I wouldn't do that if I were you. It's a very subtle scene. It wasn't something too huge, or it wasn't nothing bad. It was still nice to see Ephraim kind of being a doctor for once and actually helping them out. So it was cool to see that. He actually helped out a lot during this, again, with the guy with the shrapnel in his leg. So nothing of a huge thing, it's just vitamin C. After that, I kind of skipped a few things because I don't think there wasn't anything very important with Ephraim after that, where until he was captured by the Strigoi, because he ends up going back to Neil's place, and all of a sudden the guy these guys are expendable as hell. Don't get attached to them because you know they're going to die. I think that was a very predictable thing, is they're going to die because nobody really survives except the main characters. So it's kind of like Z Nation in a sense. Like everywhere our main characters go, the town ends up dying that episode. And the guy's like, Strigoi are here. And all of a sudden, the Strigoi come out of the bus. Like maybe they're there to say what's up. Nope. Guns out, blazing, shooting them all. Which is so weird that the Strigoi didn't end up killing any one of them because they just put them on the bus. They're chained up in a sort of sense. Not chained up, but they're locked up in the bus. And then the Resistance ends up exploding their bus, or what I like to call the Resistance. It's basically like this brother and sister who blew it up. And he blew it up because he thinks it's just a bus full of Strigoi. He didn't know that there were actually humans on it. So, A, you're really shitty at your job, and you should know your information. And 2, well, you just still killed like 6 humans. So, congratulations. I can't imagine how many other humans you've killed as well. With other explosions that you've done. So, congrats. I really personally didn't think that Ephraim should have helped him out when he was there on the ground, because he just wakes up, he gets up and he's about to walk away, and then there's this random guy, oh, help me, help me. Now, either I need to go back and look at the bus exploding again, because I didn't see that guy anywhere. Maybe he was there, but I didn't see that guy. Like, why was he close to the explosion? Why weren't you far away? That's your fault. You got yourself into that mess. Now get yourself out. Ephraim doesn't know this guy, and plus he just killed 6 other people. Why should I help you? Honestly, I've had a shitty day. I'm not going to help you. He should have just... But Ephraim, being the good guy he is, he ends up grabbing him, and this is kind of where I'd rather see Fett, you know what I mean? Like, Ephraim's... And I love these characters, but at this point, like, my feelings right now, I'm like, what about Satrakian? What about Dutch? Hell, even what about Gus? Why are we watching, you know... This guy with shrapnel, like, we've already seen Ephraim help the other girl. I don't need to see him doctor every single week doing this. Like, I get it. He's, you know what I mean? So that ends up happening there. Ephraim helps. Fett has a nightmare. Fett has a nightmare about Satrakian, and he's tearing the book that they tried to get in season 3, the Lumen. We must get the Lumen, Mr. Fett. So he tears pages from the book, and it's all this nightmare that Fett is having. Also, he has some nice, sweet love with Charlotte, which is fine. It's FX. We're talking about American Horror Story here, type of Sons of Anarchy. So sex is nothing new to the FX brand. So anyway, Fett has this nightmare about Satrakian, kind of warning him and stuff, saying you must hurry, blah blah blah, or we have to get to this stuff before it's too late. And I think he's tearing the Lumen and page by page, and he's saying we must destroy him, Mr. Fett. And he's like, whoa, Professor, yeah, we'll do that, Professor. And he's like, we worked so hard to get that book, Professor, don't do that. And, you know, everything's just going on crazy, and he's looking for Charlotte, and honestly, it felt very real. And for a second, I thought Satrakian was really there until I realized it was a dream. But I thought Satrakian, I'm like, what is Satrakian just doing right there in the woods? Like, what a weird, mysterious way to introduce Satrakian in season 4 again. Like, hey, remember Satrakian? You know, the badass? He's in the woods waiting for Fett. What a freaking weirdo. He could have just knocked on the van door and was like, Mr. Fett, I must talk to you. Again, I thought Satrakian died off camera in a sort of sense, and I was really pissed. I was like, please, you better not have killed him, and Fett's like having a dream about him. Like, you must continue the journey, Mr. Fett. You must find those missiles and launch them where the Master is. I know that it will kill people in the vicinity, but we must do it. We must end the Master, Mr. Fett. I need you. Now more than ever. Mr. Fett, you are my only hope. Okay, Professor. Yeah? Imagine that. That would have been a very emotional scene. And he says, I tried, Professor. I tried. I couldn't even save you. You know, something so emotional like that. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. But then again, I wouldn't want Satrakian to be killed off camera. That would be a big no-no. But it would have worked as well if circumstances he would have died off camera. Maybe he had a heart attack. I don't know. People die. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I just felt like it could have been something of an emotion. But even though David Bradley's a badass, and just having him in that one little scene, I think Satrakian in every scene's amazing. So, again, more of all, I think Fett's scenes are better than Ephraim's scenes. And that's not hate. I love Corey Stoll, man. Very underrated actor. And Ephraim is one of my favorite characters in The Strain. But I really feel like Fett's story it was more fun to watch, more entertaining than anything. Because Kevin Durant is just such an entertaining guy and a very charismatic guy. So that's why it's more fun to see Fett more than anything. Especially with his beard. So after that, they're in a cornfield and they're having a joke and a sex joke and stuff, and then all of a sudden, Charlotte's captured by this group of all women, and then, well, hey, Fett's caught, but there's no exposition or there's no explanation why. Who are these women? I don't really care who these women are, and I hope they don't come back. But again, it's like, who are they? And please don't come back. Quinlan, can you just kill all of them? I don't even think they really said a word. I think they only said one line of dialogue and that's it. So I don't know who you girls are. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I think they messed up in this episode. When they get caught and then Fett talks to that Roman guy and he works at a missile base and it's like, really? Is this a setup? I mean, really? Are you serious that you, out of all the coincidence, you find a person who works at a missile base that's right down the street? Are you really, like, I just felt like that's lazy. I felt like it's a lazy story. It's a lazy story writing. It's too quick, happy, ooh, we found the guy that's gonna help us. It's lazy. At least by the end of episode 2, maybe, but not at the premiere. And the way to end the episode of them walking out of the barn, like, oh, that's cool, you're gonna go get the missile? Well, I don't really care. Have Satrakian kill the master with the sword. I don't want a fucking missile. I want a battle, man. I don't want an explosion. I want a freaking battle. Fist to fist. Alright, master, put him up, boy. You know, like something like that. I don't want... I don't want that. I don't want that. I want Quinlan to be like, oh, you know, I want him to be like that. And then, like, the master's like, your day has come. You know, stuff like that. I don't fucking know. I just don't want an explosion. Why are we talking about missiles? Every time I say missile, I want to say Cuban Missile Crisis. I don't even know. Alright, so... yeah, they're captured by the feminists, and meet Roman. He knows where the nukes are at. Oh, that's cool. Hey, man, my name's Daniel. It's like, yeah, I know where the nukes are. Oh, that's cool. Ah. All right, and then Quinlan saves them. That's it. Now, what I said in my pros, I like Fett's beard. I like the world. I like the new world. I like the shape of the world. I like this season of the setting. I like Ephraim in the city. I like Fett and Charlotte out in the open. I like the different settings. I like the Master's look. I don't like it as much as season 1, but Palmer and the look, I'm not like crazy over it, but I think it's decent. I like the Satrakian Nightmare Dream for Fett. I like the Blood Truck. I like the Strigoi working for, you know, and having checkpoints and quarantine zones and basically Planet of the Apes style. I like that. I don't like the bus explosion. I don't like the women group thing. And not because of women power, hell yeah. I love my women. I think they can do anything a man can do, hell yeah. Honestly, hell yeah. But I feel like every show needs to write a feminist thing. Women power. Every show, because, you know, people are going to get angry if we don't. There needs to be a gay character, whether it's lesbian or gay. Yeah. Not every show needs to have that. Not every show needs to have a love interest. But apparently there needs to be an all-women group in every damn show nowadays. We get it. When is this going to stop? When is the whole damn... We get it. Equal rights. Boom. Stop. Stop with the whole feminism shit every single day of the week. I'm tired of it. You know, I don't wake up every day and be like, I'm the strongest son of a bitch in the world. Manpower. Like, I don't. Who cares? I don't really care. I want to play video games. I'm a dishwasher. Who cares? No one cares. Fuck it. Anyway, so the bus explosion, the whole women group thing, and plus they look stupid. I don't know who the hell they are. Not to the actresses. I'm saying the character-wise. I mean, don't... I just hope they don't come back. If they do come back, it better be a badass thing, and they better help Fett in them. But if they're going to be some villains in the way, I don't like that. The whole Max Tiger thing and Max still not being dead. Why is he still not dead? So anyway, this is stuff that I really want to conversate about, and whether you guys agree with me or not. Also, I really wish we would have saw Dutch in here. I wish we would have saw Satraki, and I know they're saving that more for episode 2, but I really wish we kind of gave a glimpse of where Dutch is at and what she's doing in life and all that sort of stuff there. So really, thank you guys so much for checking this out. I really thought this episode was just good to okay. I think it's right there in the middle there. It's not great. It doesn't have any great moments in there. And it's fine, you know. I kind of had high expectations and it didn't really reach it, but it doesn't mean that this season is going to be bad. It's not a bad episode. I could watch the episode again. I'm fine. I'll watch the episode again. It's just, it wasn't nothing too huge. It's kind of building up the story, but at the same time, it's just kind of Ephraim being a doctor and he finds people that I don't care about. And then it's Fett with a new girl, very hot. I think we need more scenes with them. But really, it's just kind of a mixture of things. Like, I probably feel like Game of Thrones was better than The Strain that day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's nothing too huge. I think the Quinlan scenes were pretty badass. You know, the little action scenes, and then the Master doing stuff to Max and stuff. But the whole Max stuff and the girl thing, it's like, dude, I'm closer to her age, dude. You're like 12, and what is she, like 16 or something? And you know what, I'm 19, so, oh shit, well basically I can't do anything, but, you know, it'd be weirder if Max did something with her, so, good old Spider-Man. If anyone remembers that from Homecoming. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I gotta go to work in a little bit, and I haven't slept, so I'm gonna go sleep. I'll see you guys later on in the day. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, and hit that subscribe button. Talk to me. Tell me what you guys think. I let you know my opinions, and I let you know my thoughts. Now it's time for you to do the same. Until next time, bye-bye.